This is Ocean's Moonlit Pathways, and I'm Miss MJXOXO. This reading is on the social media influencers Dro and Lulu. This is a psychic true crime investigation. These readings are conducted for insight purposes only. Everything I say is alleged. All individuals discussed are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. My readings are not intended to solve or definitively interpret cases, but rather to explore small clues and gain alternative perspectives for contemplation. Please note that the nature of some of these readings may be sensitive and could be triggering to some individuals. The energy shows that someone has crossed over. Rest in peace. We know that he's no longer with us. This image shows that someone was lurking. This looks like someone can be in bed and someone, like there's a boogeyman while someone's in bed. Someone could deal with nightmares, but this also feels like there's someone lurking behind you. Someone's hiding behind you. It even gives the energy, or it can look like someone's in a car holding the steering wheel and there's a monster behind them. Next to that is a shark. So someone could have seen him as prey. He could have been dealing with sharks. There could also have been some type of loan shark, but someone could have saw him as prey. There's something connected to a house, a big house, a mansion, something very, very big. Maybe there could be a connection to curses, hexes. I'm getting cursed bloodlines, voodoo with the voodoo doll. Somebody could be a football player, and that even ties into the mansion. And I even pulled this card, which was interesting, because every time I see this card, it reminds me of Michael Vick. Doesn't he look like Michael Vick? So there could be a football player, somebody named Michael, somebody named Vick, a football player, or some sort of athlete could be involved or connected to the story in some type of way. But we see the football player here. There's a football player there and a car. So there's strong energy surrounding a car. Strong energy surrounding a car. The M word is involved. The M word is involved. It says protected by family in high position of law and government. So someone is protected by family in a high position. Once again, police and government corruption. It could be some sort of police and government corruption. There's a connection to forensic evidence. Maybe they're taking in forensic evidence. Maybe they looked over forensic evidence. But there's a connection to forensic evidence. It says deep regret. Somebody could be feeling deep regret right now. A car accident. So was he hit by a car? Was he thrown out of a car? There's the connection to a car, some type of car accident. I seen accident a lot when I was pulling cards, but I also saw the M word. So it could have been an accidental. M word is the energy. Possibly a jealous ex could be involved. Accidental. So something could have happened by accident. It says witness to a crime. Someone could have witnessed a crime taking place. So there could have been a witness of this accidental M word. Everything I say is alleged. There could have been a knife involved. Someone could have damaged some type of property. There could have been a fight, or somebody could have just been really angry and damaged the property. I'm even seeing robbery. The G word is involved. So someone could have taken some type of, I'm not going to say G word. Somebody could have taken a gun or some type of weapon, or someone could have had a gun or some type of weapon. There's a shovel involved. So this gives like organized crime, gangsters, killers energy. Maybe somebody wants to bury, like either bury someone or bury information, because sometimes things are symbolic. It doesn't have to be that it is. Someone has a very bad temper, usually fire sign, air sign energy. Ooh, a sex worker could be involved. Someone could be a sex worker. Always involved. The pregnancy, even the pregnancy, there could have actually been some type of pregnancy, a pregnancy scare. Somebody could have lied about a pregnancy. But then even with the pregnancy, people devising a plan is the energy I'm getting. Someone coming up with a plan. Someone could have slipped and fell. Someone could have been abusing substances. So someone could have had a drug addiction or some type of, like maybe they popped pills or used the cocaine or something of that nature. A heavy smoker, but even a smoke laced with something strong. There was an argument, some type of fight, some type of disagreement. I'm seeing like the Five of Wands, upheaval, the Tower. Scorpio could be involved. chaos, confusion, upheaval, something unexpected. Someone connected to this could be part of an inner city gang. They could be gang ties. I'm even hearing like mob ties. This involved money. Money could have been taken. The motive could have been money. And I had created a t-shirt line called Motivated by Money. So I'm even thinking like a crime was motivated by money, and it even surrounds business, and even I'm thinking intellectual property. There could be something connected to intellectual property. Imprisonment. Somebody could be in jail, or a criminal could be involved. Someone can ultimately go to jail, but there's somebody who's probably already been in jail, or someone who's calling shots from jail. And it's about money. Maybe somebody took some money and wanted their money back. There's a connection to a hotel, motel. I heard, the song The Holiday Inn. A Capricorn could be involved. But once again, let's see, money, greed, obsession. Somebody was obsessed with money. They were addicted to making money, to getting money, to stealing. Somebody's addicted to money. A feminine energy. There could be a earth sign feminine energy, or just a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or earth sign energy. But they could also be like a feminine who is addicted to money. She could be super materialistic. She could be a Capricorn or an earth sign. But if she's not, she could even have it in her chart. But she has an addiction to, she's materialistic, opportunistic. She could even be the sex worker, this feminine energy. There goes the greed. Very devilish. Somebody sold their soul for a bar of gold. Somebody sold their soul for a pot of gold is what I'm hearing. Drugs and poison. So somebody had addictions. They could pop pills. Somebody could even sell pills. This is poison, I'm hearing somebody say. Like, I'm hearing like an elderly or a wise person telling, like, when you see like drug dealers outside selling drugs, and a wise person says, you're outside selling poison. You're pushing poison to the community. So somebody could be a drug dealer, but somebody could also have like a pill popping addiction or some type of drug addiction. This feminine energy, she could have had a family. She could be part of a family. She could have a child, desire a child. I even heard lost a child. This involves fraud. Look, somebody went to an ATM machine. That's giving me the energy of like taking someone's debit card and withdrawing money. And I'm hearing under false pretenses. So I feel like a feminine energy could have a family with somebody, a drug dealer or something like that. The M word. I'm just looking because this is like betrayal. So I'm getting backdoor energy, like somebody was backdoored. An air sign is coming out strong. This is what it was. Air sign energy strong. Somebody has an air in their chart. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. More than one person is involved. So it could have been a situation where it could have been accidental, or it was intentional and people made it look accidental. But there's more than one person involved in someone's murder, someone's death. A fire sign could be involved. I'm also getting the energy of destroying evidence, burning evidence, getting rid of the evidence. Something could have been connected to a tunnel. People could have taken a tunnel. People could have driven down a tunnel. Even the tunnel makes me think of like a train or a railroad. I'm thinking of the Underground Railroad. Somebody's name could be Harriet. A railroad, a tunnel. Poison. I feel like he could have been drugged, or maybe he was taking drugs, but he could have been drugged unknowingly. There's a snake involved, someone who's a liar. They're toxic, and there goes the fertility. So this snake helped devise a plan. They help create chaos. They help create confusion. They help create things. Chew is interesting. It says deep thinking, remember, solving puzzles, code word. Code word, I'm hearing like the hootie hoo. I'm not saying somebody actually said hootie hoo, but it gives me the energy of like, I'm thinking about Martin. Somebody could be from Detroit or something like that. The eagle has landed, or somebody could be a Geechee, a Gullah Geechee from like the Carolinas or something like that. I'm thinking about the episode of Martin when he said the eagle has landed, like giving someone a code word so that they know that now is the time to attack. This is the right time. someone could have broken up with somebody. Somebody could have talked about breaking up. Look, even it says walking away, separation, and end. There could have been some type of breakup. An uninvited guest. Somebody showed up unannounced is what I'm hearing. There goes that accident again. That word accident. An accident created a big change, moment of decision, a surprise. So there was a surprise visit by an uninvited guest. Somebody didn't expect someone to show up. This is a masculine energy, a male figure showing up at someone's home or where someone was staying. And it's something accidental that happened. Someone was having an affair, a mistress, third party energy, hidden truths. It says hidden things, secret treasure, tip of the iceberg. This gives me like, you know, even like a secret life. Like there's a whole nother world hidden beneath the surface. So somebody could have been living multiple lives, and even a home, like having a home hidden. There's a hidden truth about a home. Someone could have been keeping a secret about a home. There could have been planned to steal a home is the energy I'm receiving. Somebody could have been living in multiple homes. She could be reflecting right now, Lulu. Is that her name? Lulu could be reflecting right now. There could have been something too, like if they did hit him with a car, she could have been looking through the mirror to see like if he stayed down or if he was hurt. But it says appearance, distinguish, reference, reflection. So I feel like at this time she could even be reflecting, but I even feel like she could have been looking through the mirror to see like the damage that was done behind her. And I feel like she's leaving things behind her. There's an energy of somebody missing. I don't know if she's missing, or the energy I got when I was pulling cards, there's a feminine energy that's missing. So I feel like in the process of investigating this case, they're going to uncover. I've been seeing something a lot about like the Texas bayous. I don't know where this took place. Broward County, I feel like that's Florida, but I'm not exactly sure. But I did see something about like Pine Islands, Everglades, swampland, marshlands. So I feel like they could end up finding a body in water of a feminine energy in the process of investigating this man's death, if not in a swamp area, in a desolate area of a missing woman. So I feel like this situation, I'm not saying that it had to happen, but I feel like certain situations happen and it reveals something even bigger. Something even bigger. With the sun, that's like a baby energy, but this is also exposure. Like a female could be exposed. A Leo energy, a Leo could be involved in this situation, but a feminine energy could be exposed. Somebody feels happy, full of life, vitality. A truth is going to come out. There's going to be some type of breakthrough. And even with the breakthrough, this shows, like, to me, with breakthrough, you think of the hand coming out of the soil, like a dead person rising to the surface. And even she gives me the energy of someone rising. Like, when you think of the Judgment card, I'm hearing exalted. Exalted. Somebody is rising. When you think of the Judgment card, how people extend their arms up into the air when they're called to judgment. So I feel like a feminine energy could be called to judgment after being exposed. The truth is going to come out about this person. And even this person may gain this feminine energy may gain some type of clarity. Why I don't necessarily say people's names, because there's so many elements, there's so many layers. And sometimes we see things and it may be obvious to us, but there's so many layers. So the energy coming out, it could be Lulu. It could be somebody else. It could be a whole bunch of other people. Like, we don't really, you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's a feminine energy. Look, this gives me the energy of a woman who's been abused. She's probably been used and abused in her life, and she became a monster. She became a beast. She has two sides to her. She is, you know, that whole charming. She's charming and beautiful, alluring, seductive, but she's also a beast. This also gives, the strength is Leo energy, strong Leo energy. Two Leos, the sun and strength of Leos. Somebody was a sacrificial lamb, so this could be Dro. Dro could have been a sacrifice. He could have been viewed as a sacrificial lamb. This feminine energy could have tapped into the beast in her and sacrificed someone. So as an intuitive reader, I just don't read the definitions of the cards, what the cards mean. But I feel like somebody could have been presented with a financial opportunity. This also makes me feel like, oh, I got Trojan horse energy. But this also makes me feel like somebody was literally bleeding, not literally, somebody was bleeding money. Somebody was losing money. This could even be the energy of them withdrawing funds from his account. But I feel like he was probably even losing money before he was harmed. This could be him. This could also be somebody else who was losing money. And the whole situation is about money. And why is the guy's pants rolled up? That gives me like, when people roll their pants up, he's in the field, so somebody's outside. This could do with drugs and street stuff. Somebody's in the field, they outside, they in the streets. It could have been like drug stuff, drug related. If not, drug dealers are involved, drug dealers who have been losing money for some reason. And even with not just the losing money, but I also get the energy of like somebody being dragged. You know how like somebody is maybe hit and they either skid or are dragged? Somebody could have been hit by a car, or they could have been dragged by a vehicle, or they could have skid across the road or was dragged across the road. So this gives me the energy of somebody, like, that mark, that skid mark, that streak that's left. I don't know, because they say head trauma, but I seen trauma to the body. So I don't know if this is him or somebody else's energy coming out. But I feel like whoever's connected to this, they could have like a dark history and more may come out. And we're probably getting the energy of crimes that people connect to this have committed. I don't know the victim. I don't know his history, his past, what he's connected to, what he's into. I'm just going to say what I see in the cards. And there goes that Amber Alert. Somebody was missing. It was a missing person. There's a missing person involved, and I feel like that's the breakthrough. Something is going to come to the surface. He could have been disoriented. And a toxicology will, they're probably going to take some type of toxicology to figure out what's going on. But I feel like he could have been drugs. There could have been drugs in his system. Somebody is worried. They are losing sleep. They're getting messages. I'm hearing like getting messages that we're getting closer. Things are getting closer. They're getting closer. Somebody's getting closer to being fully figured out is the energy I'm getting. Somebody's getting warnings. They're getting signs. They can't sleep. They're anxious about the whole situation. This is like third party situations. You choosing a side. This is interesting right here. It says your wounds hold wisdom. So I feel like toxicology, and when they do an autopsy, his wounds are going to really tell the story. That's the energy I'm getting. Whatever wounds he has is going to tell the story. I feel like, is it just head trauma that he experienced or endured? I don't know. But even let's say there's head trauma, will there be some type of particles found in his head to show that he was hit with a specific type of object or something like that? This gives me, see, the 13 is the death card. But I also, the veiled watcher, somebody was hiding in the shadows. Somebody was watching. There was a hidden figure hiding in the shadows. Somebody could have been at a threshold of like, should we stay? I'm hearing, do I stay? Do I leave? Do I go? I think so. There could have been like that breakup energy. Like, I can't F with you. I can't F with you is the energy that I'm getting. I've seen a lot of energy around books. Somebody could be a librarian. You know what I'm also thinking? Somebody could be a bookie. But somebody could be really into books. It could be like a thing of gambling. Somebody could be a gambler. Even with the loan shark, somebody could have owed money. And this could have been the reason for trying to steal someone's money. This is the energy I'm picking up, trying to put the pieces together. And it says the librarian. So somebody is really into books. Somebody could study astrology or astronomy. Somebody could really be into like divination, esoteric knowledge. We saw the voodoo doll. So somebody could even be a spiritualist and they could really study that hard body. Or somebody's just like heavy into reading. They really love to read. I saw books. Somebody could actually have a library. And I'm even getting the energy of somebody who's like hiding money or saving like hidden information in a book. So if you went to somebody's library and went through the books, you could probably find some type of money, some type of important documents or something of that nature. This gives me the energy that he could have been hit by a car or beaten in some type of way. It says broken bones, trauma to the body, paralyzed and unable to run, walk or stand, fractures, a spinal fracture. So I don't know. I only heard head trauma when I seen some of the story, but I feel like it could be deeper than that. Somebody has some unprocessed grief. I also picked up a lot of energy of mother wounds, a son with mother wounds, but also a mother who has never fully processed her grief, and it has impacted her relationship with her son. I saw Psycho with a lot of hotel connections. Maybe people lived in a hotel at one point. Like somebody could have been so poor they lived in a hotel or had to stay in a motel or hotel or something like that. They lost their home. It's the energy I'm getting. But there's a mother who may have endured so much loss that she's never fully processed her grief, and her emotional disassociation has impacted her son and their relationship. Even if they do appear to have a close bond, this has impacted him in some way. Somebody's oversensitive, hypersensitive. This also gives me empathic energy. So somebody could be very hypersensitive, but they could be an empath. But they could also be short-tempered and they overreact. I got strong mother wounds. This even gives me a mother. Who is this? How much time do I have? All right, I'm going to breeze through these, but it says 9 of Cups. That's wish fulfillment, self-care. This gives me a mother that she loves the fine things. So this could be his mom, a mom, Lulu, who loves the finer things in life. They love to be lavish. They love to go to spas. They invest in self-care. They take care of themselves. Somebody is heartbroken. I even get the energy of somebody feeling heartbroken that they lost their lifestyle. Like this lifestyle, this lavish lifestyle that they lived is no longer. Somebody could have gotten a business opportunity for money, a new job. Somebody could have gotten a new job, but this gives me the energy that Lulu was juggling. She could have gotten a phone call, or there was some type of, maybe somebody discovered that she was seeing multiple people because of something they saw in a cell phone. This guy, Dro, could have been feeling really gloomy. He could have felt depressed and sad because he was dealing with somebody who was grouchy, surly, grumpy, irritable. She was like very easily annoyed. I'm hearing somebody that's hard to please. And this could have been a third party energy who was infuriated, enraged, very angry, mad. This could be Dro, or this could be a third party energy, or this could be Lulu. But somebody was infuriated, enraged, very angry, mad. And I see a lot of other stuff. Once again, I said, like, I seen an athlete that's probably like a football player. There could be a football player involved. This could be a mother figure who is very empathic is the energy I'm getting. I feel like Lulu was materialistic. She was the devil. God bless her. Because this is the devil card. All alleged. This is just me reading the cards, but this gives me her energy. She could have been an illusion for Dro. She could have depended on him, or they had a codependent relationship, but he could have depended on her, or she could have depended on him for whatever reason. And she could have been a very materialistic, egotistical, feminine energy. Look how she looks. She looks angelic, but this is actually the devil card. So it's like somebody who's an illusion. They present themselves as a beautiful, angelic, peaceful, like she's all I need. You came to save me. I feel like she mirrors a feminine energy in Dro's life, you know? No disrespect to anybody, God bless. But this is about money, family, legacies, money. And this is not necessarily the card for that, but there's something about an investment, somebody waiting for a return on investment. This is also like a legal card for me of somebody needing to pay for a good attorney, somebody leaving money, or like family money, inheritances is the energy I'm getting. He could have been attacked, an unexpected attack, something that happened fast. He was doing a lot at one time and did not see it coming. And let's see, we'll make this 25. But somebody could have been a transporter, a drug mule, a getaway driver responsible for moving goods or passengers from one location to another. Somebody could have been like a Uber driver, a cab driver, somebody car service. I believe he's a truck driver, but somebody could also have been a trafficker. And even with human trafficking, when I do readings, that could even be like moving a body from one location to another. That could be trafficking. This could be a missing person. I don't know. I feel like there's a missing person mixed up in there, but this could also be Dro's energy sending love and light to his family. We see head trauma to the head, brain damage, brain injury, severe headache from unexpected attacks. So he could have been attacked and did not see it coming. God bless. And it says, don't trust them. They have ill intentions for you. They are fake. The love is not real. They are lying to you. And a crime syndicate. We got this in my last reading that I did for Joshua. And once again, human trafficking came up. So there are some hood folks up in here. I don't know what anybody was doing in their business. I don't know what people were pushing or moving around. I can't say. But we got some hood folks in there that's into some things. And it's like a fabricated relationship, a fabricated storyline, media manipulation. So it's something fake. A sex worker again. So somebody who uses their body for material things. Fake a relationship for material goods. I guess maybe I should stop there, child. Somebody's not the father of a child. Fabricated story. Somebody's deceitful. They are a liar. That's Pisces energy. And once again with the car, somebody could have been forced into a vehicle or pushed or jumped out of the moving vehicle, and it says take it to the next location. So that kind of goes with the whole human trafficking thing. We're moving bodies from place to place. So somebody could have been dead. Somebody could actually be a trafficker, but somebody could have been dead and they took a body from one location to the next. But somebody could actually be into some type of trafficking. It could be drug, it could be human, it could be anything. But a car ride is involved. A car is strong in this energy. But then once again with the accident, somebody's accident prone, and we see car accidents be very cautious. So I don't know if it's an accidental M word. I don't know. But and look, deadly friend or family member secretly involved in the M-word disappearance. Somebody's missing, child. Somebody's missing. I don't know if there's a feminine energy missing. I'm going to trust my intuition and trust my gut. I feel like this could also be like if his family was looking for him and looking for information. Lulu could be missing right now. God bless, God forbid. Maybe not her, but I feel like there's a feminine energy, and I feel like this investigation is going to lead to other things. It's going to open other doors is the energy I'm receiving. But it says provide support and comfort to victim's family while secretly having involvement in the victim's M-word disappearance. It says backstabbing friend or family member lies to police and family members about crime they committed. And it says gang related, gang violence, gang war, gang killing, gang initiation. Somebody was sexed into a gang. It says gang revenge, killings. And the last word is backdoor, y'all. And on that note, I pray for Dro's family. I hope they find justice. God bless everyone who loves and misses him. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Happy healing, y'all.